Hi everyone, so happy you took the time again to come over and watch a new video from Dyanne, and my name is Janny. And of course, if you are here for the first time, we are doing on this channel lots of DIYs, home tours, home decor and shopping trips. So if you like this content, I hope you will consider subscribing. And of course, we are making already a little start for an early fall. So if you are into that, you are at the right place. So come along with me and see what we are up to. So here you see already what we will use for this next DIY. You see here 4 big wooden books. I really say they are big. You see it on my hands already. This book is huge. So I bought them. They were normally they were $9.95. I got the price still on top of it. I show it to you a little bit closer, and I got them on sale. I got 25% how to call it, discount, at least they took 25% of it, and they were $7.50 each. So I had to take 4 of them, but like you see, they are really big. What I'm going to try to make, I'm going to make for the Thanksgiving, I'm going to make a DIY. I'm not telling you exactly what it will be, but in a moment you will see. I hope you stay tuned. So you see already I did a little bit of extra light with it so you can see it a little better, because it's a very rainy day over here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the price tag away, and everything else what's not belonging on my book. I don't know if I have him on the back side. No, I only have. So this is, you see already a little bit better. This is the print they have now. Of course, there are people maybe who like the print like it is, but this is not my print. So I'm going to give it, the first thing I'm going to do is give it a layer of my little bit, yeah, it looks white, but it's a little bit creamy. Yeah, it's not pink, but a little bit creamy chalk paint. So I'm going to give it first the first layer. I always have a little pot where I have my paint inside of it, so I don't have to use the whole. So I show you a little bit, and you see already he will change by the minute, but already you also see that this will take a couple of layers. So I will do the first layer and then I show you how he's looking like. You see already my book is drying, and you still can see a little piece of the pattern under it, because the teacups are very hard to get under. So be happy that I don't film it, because or else you would be here all day. So I am, for me it is enough, because later on you won't see it, because I will distress my whole book with black and with brown. But if you want to use it in totally white, you have to have a better paint than I have. Mine doesn't cover in 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, it doesn't matter. So be careful that you use a good paint. So what I'm going to do right now, I just was looking in my stash for a pumpkin, because I want to have a pumpkin on top of it. And I did have from an earlier DIY, I had this pumpkin, and I only need the silhouette over it. So I'm going to take a piece of cardboard, and then we are going to draw the pumpkin and of course cut it out. Here you see I already have an old piece of cardboard. I always take the cardboard boxes apart so I can use them for my DIY, so it doesn't cost you anything. I am going to make the silhouette, only the silhouette of your pumpkin I draw over, because the inside, the lines we don't have, because I will make a sign for inside of our pumpkin. So I just need the line, so draw it over, take any pumpkin you like, because it's Thanksgiving. You also can do a rooster or something else, just what you like. And maybe you already have a little clue what this will be. I'm not telling you right now, because you will see later how it will turn out, and then I hope you like the idea. So I am going to cut this out, and then I'm going to paint it. Here you see already I cut out my pumpkin, and I left the stamp a little bit longer. Now I'm going to paint it in the black color and give the stamp a little bit of the brown color. So I show you in a moment how he's looking like. So first the pumpkin I am going to making black in totally, and then later on the stamp I will distress. So but I'm going to make this in the black color. But you can use any color if you like, an orange pumpkin or a red or white. Do whatever you like. I am making this one in the black one. But you already saw that. I think I probably told you 20 times. You see already my pumpkin is dried up. I take now a little bit of the brown paint and I am just going to dab it the most of my paint off, so I get a little bit. I know I did a little bit too much, but you see already, then later on if you need a little bit more you still have enough. So I'm going to make a little bit like this one is a little bit the stamp this way, just to make a little bit of the lines. You see already, you can better do a little bit more later on. And I am just going to give it some touches. I know it is a little bit hard to see about the lightning. It's a little bit this way, a little bit this way. And I am just going to make a little bit of the lines over here. And here the same. Because my sign will be. Just do a little bit what you think is right. I don't have I hope I can do it on camera because I have the extra lightning. I don't know how well you can see it. I hope you can see it well. But later on I show you with the daylight. And then I hope you can see it a little bit better. And you just see I'm just doing a little bit what feels right. There's no. And I'm just doing a little bit over here and in the middle. Of course we won't see that later because we are going to make our own sign. So I'm going to finish this off and then I show you the result. While my pumpkin is drying, I'm going to try to distress our book. What I'm going to, I find it really I am really stressed about it because I don't know how this will work out, because normally I am painting in black and then distress it. I find that a little bit easier for me. So, but I'm going to try to do it now the same way, but then the opposite way. So I am having now almost white, but I'm going to distress it a little bit. So I am just going and to work with it, because I have really no idea if I am going right, and or else I have to paint it again. I have to paint it again. So we will see how this will turn out. So, but you see already I always start at the sides to give it a little bit of an old feeling. And later on I will also use the brown. So I'm going to work a little bit with it, and then in a moment I show you exactly how he's turned out. Here you see already I have my base standing, and I find it, like I said, I find it very scary to do, but I hope at the end it will turn out right. What I'm going to do right now, I'm just taking the brown and I'm going to start doing the side with the brown, a little bit over here, a little bit over there. It doesn't matter where you do it, you just have to make sure that it feels right for you. So I'm going to use the brown now. I am using a little bit of the lighter brown, but of course you can do also a little bit darker. And I'm also going again like the little sides. Of course this can be, if it is a little bit too much, just go and take a little bit of your water and just remove it. So I'm always working first a little bit like the sides. So I will finish this off and then I show you the end result. And yes, I have to break in for a little moment to tell you that this DIY is also part of a challenge which is called the DIY challenge, hosted by Heidi from Heidi Sonboul's DIY. I will place a link down below with her beautiful channel, and of course I will place a link down below in our description box for the playlist with tons of beautiful inspiration for you to find. If you like Dyanne and my content, I hope you will click the red button in your screen to subscribe to our channel also. Always, like I said, enough talking, let's go further in our DIY. And here you see the end result of my book. And of course, maybe this distressing is not everyone's cup of tea, but do whatever you think. If you like it totally white, it's fine also. It just goes how you can change a nice book into a little distressed farmhouse book. What I'm going to do right now, and you see here already our pumpkin is also finished with the distressing a little bit of the brown. I kept it very simple, but you can go all the way if you like. So what my intention is just to get it on top of here, but I'm going to take you now to my computer and I'm going to make a little sign for inside of our pumpkin, because this will be our Thanksgiving 2021 memory box. So later on I'll tell you a little bit what I will mean by that. So I'm going to take you now along to my computer. And you just saw me making my little print, and here you see already how he is turned out. I will cut this off and we are going to Mod Podge it on top of our black pumpkin. Here you see how he's looking with when I did cut him out. This is my intention. I'm going to Mod Podge it on top of our pumpkin, but I'm not doing the whole pumpkin because I want to have the matte finish. So I'm going to Mod Podge it over here, and then we are going to stick it on top of our pumpkin, because I don't want the shininess of our Mod Podge on it. So I want to keep the, I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. It makes sense what I'm saying, because the Mod Podge sometimes can be very shiny, and of course even when I have the matte Mod Podge, even then it still shines a little bit. So I am trying to get the matte finished. So I'm going to measure it out and I'm try to get it as straight as I can on top of my pumpkin. You see? Now I hope it will not wrinkle so much, but most of the time I have to be lucky. So this is a little bit the look I'm going for. Of course, if you like a second coat of Mod Podge, it's totally fine. Also, it brings out the colors a little bit more. That's I agree with, but I want to keep a little bit of the matte finish. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to do a little bow on top of here to finish it off. So you see, I made just a simple bow. You can also make when you are tying your shoes. It is a little bit of the same. So I'm going to glue this on top of our top of the pumpkin, so over here. So I'm just doing a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to do it a little bit sideways. And later on I also glue the little tails also on top of our pumpkin, because I don't think they will stay in place. So I'm going to fold them a little bit, a little bit this way and this way. You have to work with it a little bit. So this is a little bit how the pumpkin will look like for on top of our book. You see already it is one big mess on my table. Like always, I took out my wooden letter boxes, and I am going to make, before I'm going to glue my pumpkin on top of my book, I am going to do my letters on top of it, because I am going to make a Thanksgiving memory book 2021, and of course the book is open inside. Later on I take you along again to my computer, and we are going to make our own letters, which you can do as a memory inside of your book, but that is later. For now I'm going to glue this on top of it and glue it over here. I don't know if I will give it a color, maybe orange, I don't know yet, but for now I'm going to glue this on top of here and here also. And then I can glue my pumpkin on top of my book. Sorry, my English is today is very awful. Really am sorry. I'm doing my best. So I hope it gets better later on. So I'm going to glue everything together. So you see already I glue everything on top of my front of my book. I still need to go get away a little bit of the lime wires, but for now I think he looks great. What I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to, if you have all the books, you also can make them, you tie them with a ribbon. So I'm going to have 4 of my from my picture frame in another DIY. I took out the hangers. You also can, most of the time you can remove them. I bend them over, so I bend them in one piece. What I'm going to do with the hangers of my picture frame, so if you have a picture frame from the Dollar Tree or something else, don't throw away the hooks. You can, they're always on top of it. Just bend them out and you can, I'm going to glue them one over here and one over here, and on the other side one over here and one over here, and then I'm going to do some a ribbon on top of it, and then you can tie your book, so you can make a really old book from it. So I am going to take some ribbon and I'm going to glue this right this way and this way to give it an old book, like you can tie it up with a knot. So for the ribbon to make my knot for my book, I am taking the very small ribbon. It's the brown velvet ribbon. So I'm going to take 4 of the same pieces. I think it doesn't matter how long you want to have them. You just have to have them so long you can make a knot. So I am going to cut out 4 strings. So I already have 3. And another one is 4 on each side of the book, 2 pieces. So what I'm going to do, because they have that's why I use the smaller one, the clip is a little bit small, so I'm going to glue this on the inside of our piece. So if I am turning it around, he is coming under here and I can move it inside of here and just get it out, so I have a nice finish of my clip. So I'll show you in a moment. I think that's better than I explained it to you in English. You will see what I mean. So I did the camera a little bit closer so I can show you a little bit better. So I take the clip, I'm gluing this top on the side of my book, so I'm bend it over, I'm doing some glue in the middle over here and just placing your velvet on this side on your clip. So if you turn it around, you have the good side of your ribbon over here. So you see already, I will show you to you a little bit closer. You see now all the wires of my glue, but in a moment it will dry up and I can move my little ribbon. That's why I use, like I said, the smaller one. I'm going to work with it and I try to get it through here. And of course, always when the camera is running, it doesn't do whatever I think is necessary, but eventually we will get there. I hope you have a little bit patience with me. So yes, he is in. So you see, I am just going to show you a little bit on camera. I hope I show you. And now I'm going to glue this on top of my book, and then you see you have your ribbon, which you can make a little bow with it, so on the side, so you have an old book which you can tie with a knot. So I will do all 4 of them. So I took you also again a little bit closer right now so you can see a little bit better what I do. I have my 4 pieces of ribbons. What I'm going to do right now, take 1 piece of them and I'm going to glue it on top of it. Just leave a little piece open for the ribbon. I'm just going to glue it. I will do it immediately because then you can see a little bit better what I mean. Then that I explain it to you in English. That's most of the time always a good thing. But I hope if you don't understand what I say, just ask me to give in your comments what I mean. So I will always be happy, and Dyanne is also happy to tell you so. This is a little bit what I mean. So you have a little string over here and you just place your metal piece of your picture frame over here. So I will do the next one also. Then you can totally see what I mean when I say we are going to try to make it an old book. So again, so you see, now I have both of them on top of here, and now I'm going to do the back side and then we are going to make a bow. Here you see already how our memory book is already so far. I didn't make the bow yet because we still need to be inside of our book. I take you now along to my computer and we are going to make a couple of thankful letters, and that means that you can on your Thanksgiving dinner you can let the book go around. Everyone can take a letter out of it and write down where they were thankful for last year or where they were thankful for the coming year. So I take you now along to my computer. And here you see already how our thankful wish list turned out. I just made a little bit similar, like of course the front, because with me everything has to be matching. So if you want to find also this thankful wish list, you can find them in our free printables. You can always find them in our description box. You will find there the link for free printables. So I'm going to cut all of them out and then we are going to place them inside of our book. And of course I do a little bit of filling inside of the book, so it gives a little bit more of the feeling of the Thanksgiving. So I will do that first. And you see already I have cut our wishes list out. What I'm going to do right now, I have here some brown raffia and some black, but I am going to use the white because I think it's a little bit more fitting with the black inside. So I'm going to pull out something and just work a little bit inside of your book, so it gives a little bit more dimension if you have it on your table when you have your Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm just laying it a little bit. Do as much as you want because there's no right or wrong with what you're doing inside of it. So I'm just going to doing this a little bit this way. Make sure that everything is inside of your book, because when you close it, I think it's always a little bit more pretty than when you have it all the raffias coming out. So that's not really what I like. So I want to leave everything inside. Place your wish list on top of here and just close your book until you need it, and you can just make a little bow. I hope I do it on camera or else I show you in a moment. Just make a little bow and close your book until you are ready for the Thanksgiving. So I'm just doing a little bow also over here. And you see here, this is our Thanksgiving memory book for 2021. So I just hope you enjoyed watching. In a moment I show you the finished result. And here you see the finished result of our Thanksgiving memory book. I am really happy how it turned out. You see here also I did the letters in black because in the woodcolor they didn't pop out as much as I was hoping for. So I am really happy how our book is turned out. And of course you can use a little smaller book But I love that the book is very big, and I really love that you can use, even from a picture frame, you can use a piece of metal, and you also can make your own little slots for on top of your memory book. Of course, you can open your memory book. I have to do it right. And inside of there you can give on all your family, when Thanksgiving dinner is on, you can give them a list what they are wishing for the coming year, or where they are thankful for at this moment. So I am really happy with my Thanksgiving memory book. I just hope you got a little bit inspiration from it, because it's a little bit different than normally, but now you have something different on your table with Thanksgiving. So I just hope you enjoyed and got a little bit inspiration from it. So this was it already for today. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I just hope you got a little bit of inspiration from it. So like I said earlier, if you are new here and you like this content, I hope you will consider subscribing. And of course, for everyone who is here already for a long time, thank you so much for your support. You know we are appreciated so much. So everyone, have a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay safe, take care of yourself, and take care of each other. And we hope to see you in our next video. Love from the enemy. Bye everyone.